Hello everyone, I'm Brian and this presentation will cover the literature review I completed on employee engagement for OLCU 501 Organizational Research. Did you know that employee engagement is associated with increased productivity, customer satisfaction, and profitability? Or did you know that companies with the greatest revenue growth tend to have higher employee engagement levels? Well, despite this, at the middle of 2023, only 34% of U.S. full and part-time employees were engaged in their work and workplace. There are also a myriad of different definitions of employee engagement and strategies to increase it within the existing literature. Due to the number of competing definitions of employee engagement, it is critical to identify the common threads among these definitions and synthesize a more focused definition that can be used in future research. It is also necessary to understand the different ways that employee engagement impacts organizations so that management and scholars alike may appreciate the value of further research. An analysis of existing strategies for controlling employee engagement levels is provided so that organizations can allocate resources for those strategies that are most aligned with their needs. Thus, the purpose of this research is to identify how employee engagement impacts an organization and uncover the ways in which an organization can control the extent to which its employees are engaged. This literature review answers three research questions. 1. How have scholars defined employee engagement? 2. How does employee engagement impact an organization? And 3. How can organizations control the extent to which their employees are engaged? According to Kahn, employee engagement is behavior by which people bring in or leave out their personal selves during work role performances. Masloch and other researchers grapple with this concept and explain that employee engagement is the opposite of burnout, which refers to overwhelming exhaustion, feelings of cynicism, detachment from the job, and a sense of ineffectiveness. Sachs clarifies the difference between organizational citizenship behavior and employee engagement. While the former relates to informal, voluntary behaviors that may assist colleagues in further organizational goals, the latter involves formal behaviors within a job role. Employee engagement has since been expanded by Sharafazad and other researchers in 2020 to include the level of enthusiasm and passion that employees feel toward their work and a desire to expend emotional, cognitive, and physical energy to pursue organizational goals. In addition to increased profitability, customer satisfaction, and employee retention, companies with higher employee engagement tend to experience double-digit revenue growth. An engaged employee is also more likely to deliver an exceptional customer interaction, which helps with marketing since satisfied customers might then recommend a product or service to friends and family. Moreover, disengaged employees or those experiencing burnout can adversely impact an organization through decreased performance and interference with the job tasks of their colleagues. Engaged employees are also more likely to exert discretionary effort, which is referred to as a multifaceted construct that involves the voluntary contribution of time, intensity, and positive work behaviors directed towards prescribed and non-prescribed work activities that are beyond formal contractual obligations and benefit or are intended to benefit an organization. Engaged employees transform their energy and focus into novel strategies for solving problems and enhancing productivity. When a critical employee leaves an organization, a significant amount of knowledge is lost as well. In a survey of managers from different industries, 60% expressed a desire to increase retention because hiring and training new employees is both costly and time-consuming. Employees manage their level of engagement by unconsciously considering how meaningful a job performance is, how safe it is to engage, and how available they are to do so. Meaningfulness refers to the characteristics of the job role itself, as well as the interactions involved. Safety entails the individual's level of comfort engaging in the job role without fear of adverse impacts to their career or image. Availability relates to the amount of physical, psychological, or emotional resources the employee has available to engage. Organizations can demonstrate that they care about employee well-being by encouraging the use of work-life balance policies, such as paid time off and sick leave, which reduces the likelihood of burnout and effects such as anxiety, depression, and reduced self-esteem. Within the context of social exchange theory, which posits that the relationship between employer and employee is one of reciprocal interdependence, employees modulate their level of engagement based on the level of support received from their organization. Employees are therefore more likely to reciprocate with higher engagement when job designs are meaningful, a professionally and socially safe environment is provided, and steps are taken to provide employees with adequate resources. Empowering leadership is a management style that aims to foster engagement by calling on employees to participate in the decision-making process and allows for greater autonomy in all aspects of their work. Empowering leaders provide employees with a resource-rich environment characterized by autonomy, learning opportunities, and frequent coaching. Transformational leadership is another management style with the goal of driving greater engagement where leaders act as role models who inspire and encourage employees while expressing a genuine concern for their needs. Through quantitative research, Brevoort and Bakker reveal how transformational leadership behavior promotes engagement in situations where employees face high workloads and other occupational challenges. The results also indicate that this type of leadership maintains engagement levels when employees struggle with personal conflicts that spill over into work life. An employee that spends time and effort thinking about personal issues while at work is unable to fully focus and perform their role as effectively as they otherwise can. Leaders can step in to refocus employees onto the positive aspects of their job and sustain feelings of enthusiasm, dedication, and absorption. Compasso and Sridevi describe low employee engagement as an ailment that can be remedied through specific management practices. It is crucial for hiring managers to begin by selecting candidates that are not only a good fit for the position, but also organizational culture. This should then be paired with leadership of all levels that fully commits to engagement by embracing the mission, vision, and values of the organization. Further, employees should have access to all tools and resources necessary to effectively perform their job roles, as well as to training needed to navigate new challenges and technologies. Managers should establish open channels of communication with their employees and actively support their career and self-development. Lastly, there should be a clear link between incentives and employee performance. One key takeaway from my literature review is that employee engagement refers to the level of enthusiasm and passion that employees feel toward their work and a desire to expend emotional, cognitive, and physical energy to pursue organizational goals. Another takeaway is that employee engagement is important to organizational success as it is associated with increased productivity, profitability, and customer satisfaction. Empowering leadership drives greater engagement by allowing employees to participate in the organizational decision-making process and to carry out their work with greater autonomy. Another strategy is transformational leadership, where leaders act as role models by inspiring and encouraging employees while expressing a genuine concern for their needs. Organizations can leverage specific management practices to enhance employee engagement. An important first step is to carefully hire the right candidates. This should then be reinforced by leadership that embraces the vision and mission of the organization. Employees should also have access to the necessary tools and training needed to properly carry out the responsibilities of their role, and there should always be a clear link between incentives and performance. Feel free to pause the video here to review reference information. This concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for watching.